Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel guys. A warm welcome to you. If this is your first time on my channel, great to be having you here. Always nice to have new guys. Do consider subscribing, I do appreciate that. And also if you like my content, do consider supporting and also clicking the like, it does help. Great man guys, so we are busy converting the map Sandveld. And in our first episode, we have had a look at the terrain and a lot of stuff, you know, and just explaining a lot of things, and trying the conversion once again on that map was a huge disaster. I mean, it was a massive fail. So we chucked that idea and we started fresh with a fresh conversion directly out of the FS19 directory. Now this is the first map that I'm going to convert like this. So it's going to be quite fun to do a direct conversion directly out of FS19 into FS22. So that's basically what this series is going to be all about, you know. Yes, so what we've done is we've covered quite a bit of the textures, the ground textures, and we've done the terrain, the DEM. We've brought the DEM over and we've had a look at the terrain, how it looks, and all looks well. And I've showed you how to create a new texture in the i3D. That was all in the first video. So now we're going to have a look now and continue on our weight files. We're busy adding all the weight files to the map to get the ground textures over. Now luckily all the weight files are the same, so we can just copy them over, but we have to add them to the i3D, especially the ones that have got different names. So that is where we are now. I'm currently at on the right side is the new map. You'll see it's still Farmer Bob Start map, my 4X map that I'm using. And on the left side is the FS19 map, Sandveld. And I'm in the data folder where our weights is stored, as well as our density and GRLEs and all those, you know. So on this site, we are currently looking at, we've done beach sand, we've done concrete. So we are currently at forest ground DE. Now I'm going to show you what to do in this case. A lot of these things are already in FS22, like forest ground DE is already in FS22. It looks similar to the one in FS19, but obviously it's an upgraded texture, so you want to make use of the FS22 ones if you can. So I'm going to show you how to convert this one easily into FS22 without any fuss, you know. So all we're going to do is grab this 4 weights, okay, copy them, Control C, and we're going to go to this side, go Control V to paste them in, and it's going to drop it in here, and immediately you'll see that it didn't say that the files exist. So that is where our problem is. These files does not exist in the i3D, so it's not registered, because otherwise they would have lied here already. So we now need to look at the forest ground that is in FS22 to add those. Now I want to have a look at this map, what we have here. That's concrete, dirt, that's forest grounds, gravel, ground bricks, mountain rock, pathway, plate, river mud. I don't see the forest ground in here, but I know for a fact that there is forest ground in FS22. So I just want to have a look. This grass dry patchy. Yeah, here we go. I thought there was forest ground. You see, we have 4 channels for forest ground. There it is, right above, man. I missed that for some reason. So all we do is we take the names that's already there and overwrite these names with that name. So it's simple and easy. You click on it again, copy, click on this, delete, and then go to forest ground DE and overwrite it. So what's happened now, forest ground 01 is already in the map, registered as forest ground 01. It's in the i3D with its own file ID, with its own textures. So now we're just telling it where forest ground needs to be. Alright, so that's how simple it is. So now we take the second one, forest ground 02, copy, click on it, delete, and then grab forest ground DE02 and overwrite it with that one, and there it is. So that is how simple and easy it is, guys, to to bring a texture and convert it over into Giants Edit, into FS22. All right, so there it is, number 3. And the last one, Control C, we can delete the original and then just overwrite Forest Ground DE. And there it is. So in our first episode, I've showed you how to create, and in this one I showed you how to rename. So now what's happened is the channels are already there. They are registered under Forest Ground. So we've just added the weight to tell it where it is. So that's how simple and easy it is. Now, very important, on this map is full of grass, as you can see. So now we need to see, but we want to carry on with the Forest Ground. We'll get to the grass later on, if there is any grass. Forest Ground US, so we basically just check them. These are blank ones, so we skip the blank ones. Don't have to add the blank ones, guys. And I'll check the first and the last one. If I can, it's actually best to open each one to make sure that they're actually empty, because sometimes guys paint a single layer texture in the game and they don't do the multi-layer or the combined layer, and then you have one weight with one little spot somewhere. And if you don't add that into your map, you're going to miss that little spot that is painted, you know. So it's very important to just check all of them. All right, so here's grass 01. We've got grass 01. So I'm going to grab these empty 4 weights for grass 01 and just copy them over. Control C, come this side and Control V, and it's going to say there's 4. And remember now, this map has got grass where we don't want grass, so now we're putting no grass on it. So that is very simple and easy, just like that. All right, so the grass is done. Grass dirt, is there any grass dirt? There's no grass dirt. Very nice. I'm having some nice tea that my lovely wifey has made. So if you are thirsty, do grab something to drink and sit back and relax with me. Because, yeah, you sometimes get thirsty while you work. And it's always nice to have something to swallow down, you know, while you're busy working. So I'm going to just sip a now and then on that. Okay, grass dirt is empty. Grass flowers is a texture, but we're not going to worry about that because we're not bringing that over into the FS22 map, so we'll skip that. It's actually a DDS file, as you can see. It's a texture, so actually don't know what it's doing in this directory. It's not really the right place for it, but yeah, it's there, so let's not worry about it. Maybe it is the right place for it, but yeah, let's not worry about that because we're busy with the weight files, guys. Grass rough, you can see there's 4 grass roughs, so now we have to have a look at grass rough. Okay, so grass rough, what I'm going to do, because I know there is definitely a grass rough here, grass dry, patchy is a grass rough. Let me just see what other grasses there is. There's gravel, gravel dust, gravel grass, gravel moss. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure what other grasses is there here. So it's only grass rough. All right, so grass rough I'm going to bring over. Control C, paste it in here, and I'm going to convert that into grass dry patchy. Now grass dry patchy, if I can show you what grass rough looks like, or maybe I shouldn't, I'm not going to bother with that. It is a rough grass, which is all right, you know, so we're going to convert it into that, so that's fine. So grass dry patchy, grass dry. Let us have a look at it. So I don't want to go into it and then it doesn't look good. So let's just have a look at grass rough, because I do think I have grass rough. Dead grass. Grass dirt, there it is. Grass dirt, grass US, gravel. Okay, so we've got grass town, grass dirt. We don't have grass rough converted. So in other words, if we now go into FS19, data, maps, textures, terrain, and have a look at grass rough. What does grass rough look like? Unless it's a custom texture, guys, because sometimes on these maps we use custom textures. grass, there it is, grass dirt, grass dry, grass rough. Okay, there's grass rough. If you look at grass rough here, this is what the texture looks like. Now, you can't really see too much, but it does look like it is patchy. That's why I'm saying I think it is going to be close to grass dry patchy. So let us go into FS22 and look at the same thing. I think it's under Maps US where the grass dry patchy is. So let's just have a look there. Textures, terrain. Is it in here? Am I wrong? Grass moss, grass dry patchy. So this is grass dry patchy. Oh, one diffuse. You see, I think it's going to be roughly very nice. Remember now, this is FS19 texture. You can see it's got grasses here and there. And this one's got grasses here and there with some nice little leaves and all kinds of things. So I'm going to definitely convert it into grass dry patchy. So that's the way you decide on what you want to do and what texture you want to use in its place, you know. So very simple. We've brought them over. So grass dry patchy 01, the same drill as we've just done now with the other one. Oh yeah, we're going to delete that. Grass rough 01 becomes grass dry patchy, just like that. You see, grass dry patchy. Now it's grass dry patchy. And now 02, copy that, delete, and then grass rough 2 becomes grass dry patchy 2, like that. And number 3, delete, and rough 3 becomes patchy. Okay, and then grass dry 04, copy, delete, and grass rough 04 becomes patchy. There you go. Alright, so there it is. Okay, so next up, what's the next one? Grass town. Let's have a look at that. It looks, oh, there is by all looks one spot. Grass town. Yep, so there's grass town in FS19 was like a flattish, a very shortcut grass for grass town. So I'm going to just take that into normal grass, as we don't have grass in here. Oh, we do. Sorry, man, this is FS22. What am I doing? We don't have normal grass. If I look at this, it's an empty weight, yeah. So I'm going to convert grass town, the same thing, I'm going to convert it into grass, normal grass. So drop it in here, paste. Alright, so I'm going to take now grass 01, copy that. Let me just have a quick browse. Forest ground, grass dry, grass 01. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to rather do it grass dry, because I know grass dry is a little bit less of a grass than grass in FS22, and grass town is a shortcut grass, you know. So let us go grass dry rather than grass, normal grass. Control C, grass town. Oh, I must delete that. Grass dry 01. Okay. So we overwrite that, so it becomes grass dry. Where's grass dry 01? It should be. It should have one little spot. Yeah, it does. You see, it's very difficult. You don't see the spot here, so yeah, be wary of that, guys. Okay, grass town 02. So we copy that. Sorry, no, grass dry 02. We need that. Copy that. Keep focus, guys. Keep focus. Overwrite that into 2. Right, grass dry, wait, copy, delete, grass town V, grass dry, and then lastly grass dry 4. Copy, delete, and then grass town. Okay, just to be sure, so grass town or grass dry 4 should now have a little dot. So all 4 of them have got that one little dot. Okay, so that was grass town. Then gravel. Have we got any gravel? Yes, we have. The same little spot with a little dip up there. So there's very little gravel on the map. But I know FS22 has got a gravel, so we shouldn't have a problem by just copying and pasting there and replacing. Alright, so that is gravel sorted. Mountain rocks. Now here again, FS22 has got 2 mountain rocks on the French map. So we might have to reroute stuff in there. So let's have a look if we've got any cliff rock. I think it's called cliff rock or something like of the kind. Or it's rock or mountain rock or something of the kind. Let me just have a look here. Plate path. It's mountain rock dark. Mountain rock and mountain rock dark. Oh, mountain rock. Oh, we've got mountain rock. Ha! Is there mountain rock on the map? No, there's no mountain rock on the map. But is there mountain rock on this map? Better make sure. Yes, there is. So we can overwrite that. So we take the 4 mountain rocks, and we've got mountain rock dark as well. Sandveld. Alright. So we're going to take all 8 of them. It's a nice big chunk. Drop them in here. Overwrite them all. There you go. So we've done up to mountain rock. Very nice. Plateau 1. I don't think I've had any plateau 1s. By the looks of it, not. Just here and there check. Alright, there's no plates, definitely. But, is there a plate on this side? Let's just make sure. Here is a plate. So let me just check if there... Oh, yeah, you see. So I'm going to have to check all the blank weights on this side and make sure that they're actually blank from this side, you know. So plate 01 to 04, definitely bring those over. Plate damaged. Is plate damaged on the map? Nope, it's not. On this side, we don't have plate damage. Alright. Plate damage, so we can skip plate damage. Alright, Riverstone Bank. Can't remember if I've put any Riverstone Bank in it. Nope. Just check 2 of them to be sure. Looks like it's empty. Riverstone Bank water. Also nothing. Good. Like that. Then we move on to rough dirt. Rough dirt we definitely have. Alright. So rough dirt is only a tiny patch. Rough dirt, I've got rough dirt, so let's bring rough dirt over. Nice. Replace, I like that. And then rough dirt US. I don't know why there's a rough dirt US. Oh my gosh. Okay, is there a difference? And it's like a small little patch, maybe at a cell point or something that I've put rough dirt US. Now that is going to be a tiny problem, but let's have a look at what other dirts I've got. We've got mud, we've got soil. Doesn't look like any of those are done. So we've got rough mud. There's a lot of rough mud US. So I'm going to have a look at this rough mud, because I can't remember that I have used so much rough mud on that map. I think it's a texture that I've just renamed. So we're going to definitely have a look at that. But let's do rough dirt first, guys. So rough dirt is done. But the dirt US. So there's 4 dirt USs that we can bring into the map as... let me just see what dirts we have here. Mountain rocks we don't want to use. Ground bricks we don't want to use. That is actually, if I look at the spot where that is, it is definitely at one of the plants. There's 2 or 3 cell points here. There it is. You see, here by the river. There's a river with a sawmill and 2 factories or stuff there. So that is where I've used this rough dirt US. So I can actually put that into maybe stuff like red ground bricks, which should actually look nice. I don't think there'll be a problem. because it's a factory environment. So either bricks or I could put gravel dust, maybe gravel dust. Gravel dust should also look nice on this map. I think let's do gravel dust. Gravel dust. So gravel dust, we're going to convert this rough dirt US. Maybe I should keep the gravel dust as an open channel for some texture in the, if I do want to make changes. So let me rather do the bricks, guys. So anyway, whatever way, let's bring the 4 over. So we're going to copy them over and then put them in place of the bricks. Red ground bricks is the one, and the other one was, what was the other bricks? Was there any other bricks? Can't remember now. Ground bricks. I'm going to do ground bricks. So let's do ground bricks for the 4. Copy that. Delete. And then we go here to rough dirt US 01. Paste it in there. Right. And then we go up to, where's now? Ground bricks 02. Copy, delete. This is time consuming work, guys. Unfortunately, it is the way it is. Rough dirt US 02. Paste. And you just have to be patient, you know. Ground bricks 02. Ground bricks 03. Delete. And then back into rough dirt US 3. Paste it in. So we basically just swapping channels here. That's all we're doing. And the last one is a rough dirt US 04. Paste it in there. Alright, so that's all done. Now, rough mud, guys. You can see this is most of my map. And remember I showed you the ground texture for that. It wasn't rough mud, it was something else. It is definitely not the texture that we were looking at. So let us look in the i3D where rough mud is going to. So let us do that. So back into the i3D. So this is my start map i3D. This is the original. So what we want to do is just grab the name there of rough mud US. Control C. Back into the i3D. Into the search. Control V. And find that weight for us. So now we've got file ID 40. So it's easy as pie. Rough mud US 01. So remember now it's got a weight, and the weight tells where the diffuse and the normal should display on in the i3D. So I'm going to copy ID 40 and just drop it in here. Control V and go search next. Material ID 40. There it is. Rough mud. So I'm just did a few searches to get to here. So rough mud US 01. It's got a layer created as rough mud US 01. So that if I double click on that, go to the combined layer, it's still called rough mud US, but it's not mud. For some reason I've got that texture in there as mud, and I know it's not mud. So let us go to the actual texture. Rough mud US. Go up here. So the detail map ID is ID 41. Alright, so ID ID 41 is the file ID that we want to look for the diffuse. Alright, so there we go. So I'm just going to paste that in there. Find ID 41. So it is under terrain rough mud US 01. So it's a FS19 default map texture, rough mud US 01. I can't believe that. Let me have a look at that. FS19 is here. That's our original map. And then we want to go in here to FS19. Data, maps, textures, terrain. And they say rough mud US 01 is that texture. Yeah, I can't believe that. But anyway, let's just It really does look like it, guys. I can't believe my eyes. But it just shows you how long ago I have really worked with FS19 that I can't remember how this texture actually looks. So let's just verify this texture now in the map itself, because oh my golly gosh, I can't remember. You have to make sure, because if you put the wrong thing in there, the map is going to look horrible, because we have to obviously bring that rough mud US over then. Why would they call it mud? It doesn't look like mud. But anyway, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, you know. So what they're saying to me is that this texture here in the ground, if I just clear some foliage here. Why am I not clearing foliage? It's on subtract. Oh, it's because I'm on terrain detail. So they say this is rough mud US. So let us do this. Select, and then we go to rough mud US. Rough dirt. Where is it? Grass. Rough mud US. So if this was not rough mud US, then obviously I would have painted something else there. So if I just go grass dirt and then go back to rough mud US, then I can confer that we are on the right texture. My word. Okay. All right, guys. So now I'm just not going to save my map because I don't want to have anything change. Yeah, so that is definitely rough mud US. So what we need to do then now is back into my desktop map stuff where I've got my converted terrain textures. Have a look if I've converted rough mud US. Rough mud US. I can't remember if I've ever worked with this texture. Rough dirt, rough mud US. There it is. Now, I want to say that I have converted these things correctly, because if they're 1.3 meg, they are FS22 textures. If they are not 1.3 meg, 1.33 exactly, then they are not. There is some textures here that are still not converted, you know. So, but we will get an error anyway in the editor when you open it, that the one texture is different from the other, you know. So if you get that error, then you just have to reconvert. So rough dirt US, rough mud US, up to rough mud US 04. Shift, copy those 8 of them, copy them. All right, and we're going back into our FS22 map, mods, data. So we go into textures and terrain, and then just drop them in here, and there it is. So now what we want to do now is take rough mud US and have a look at our existing FS22 map. So we go back here to data and find and wait with rough. Well, it doesn't. I wonder if we've used the other muds. I think in FS22 I did have a little mud or some mud or animal mud, river mud. There it is. River mud. There's 4 river muds. So I'm for sure that we don't have river muds in the Sandveld map. So let's just make sure of that. Rough mud US. Okay, so we don't have that. So what we can do, we can change rough mud US into river mud. You see, so it's just a name that changes, but the texture is going to be the same. So what we're going to do now is grab these 4 textures or these 4 weights, drop them in here like so, and then we're going to change them once again to river mud. You see, so we take river mud 01 once again, Control C, delete that one, and just change the name of the texture because we know now what it is. River mud 02, copy, delete, rough mud becomes river mud, right? River mud 3, copy, delete, and then rough mud 3 becomes river mud 3 like so, and river mud 4, copy, delete, and then lastly like that. So now all we do now is we go into our FS22 map, which is this one. We find river mud's line, Control F, and we just say river mud like so, and find next. You see, data, river mud, that's the 4 weights. So we skip those 4, and we're going to go here to where the textures are. And we're going to just rename these to textures terrain, so that it picks up the 8 textures in there. And then we need to rename these now. Alright, so textures terrain, river mud. So yeah, it doesn't really matter that you don't have the right name there, because it's not the name that at the end of the day is important, it's the actual texture that you want. So all 8 of them you're going to reroute now to your map folder by just removing the $data. So we have textures terrain river mud. So textures terrain, there is data textures terrain, and then we want rough mud US. So I can now rename this to river mud, or I can rename the rough mud. So I think it will be best to stick to the name that's in the map. So I'm going to overwrite the diffuser normals to river mud rather. So stick to the right name. Otherwise it's going to get confusing if you have to come back, you know, someday and work on this stuff. So I'm just renaming that one to 1. Then we have 2. Just 2 is our diffusers, so that becomes 2. This guy becomes 3, like so, and this guy becomes 4. River mud 04 diffuse. You see, so these are 4 diffusers. Diffuse, 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 and now the normals. So we grab one normal, Control C, and we go here back to this, and river mud normal. That will be that, like so, becomes normal 1, and this one becomes normal 2. Very simple and easy. This one becomes normal 3, and this one becomes normal 4. Come, just like that, guys. So there you go. So now we've superimposed river mud or the rough mud into river mud, you know, and there you go. Now remember, this is already set up in the i3D as river mud, so everywhere where river mud, which is actually rough mud, you know, will display that one, or the rough mud US, or whatever you want to call that. All right, so back to our weights. We're almost done with the weights. It's amazing. What is going on here? Start map and then data. That's where we should be. And on this side, we were at rough mud. Now the next one, soil. Let's have a look if there's any soil. Doesn't look like we've got any soil. I just want to go down. Stone floor. No stone floors, that's good. Town deco grass density. Okay, that is definitely town deco grass density. What is this? Was there a deco? Was there a info layer called town deco grass density? I can't remember that, but anyway. Okay, guys. Now that we've run through all our weight files, which means that every weight file that we have here is now there on this new map. But remember, we need to now verify, just check all the empty weights that is here, that we don't have that little dot. You see, this one has got a little dot, so we need to remove that weights with the dots. Because we don't have asphalt alpine here, it's as simple as having a look here, checking, animal mud is there. We're looking for an empty weight. Asphalt alpine, beach sand wet. I think this was an empty weight. Yeah, so beach sand wet is empty. So what we're going to do is you're going to select them all and just do this. Hold Control, drop them, and it's going to make 4 copies of them. And then all we do is just rename and delete asphalt. You know, Control C, copy, and then delete asphalt 01. And then beach sand wet, copy. Where is it now? The copy, wet 01 copy. We want to overwrite that one. Control V, just like that, you see. So asphalt 01 now is empty. So now we do the same with asphalt 02. Delete that. No, sorry. What is going on here? I have now just made a big mistake. It's not asphalt 01. It was asphalt alpine I was supposed to do. Oh my word. So let me just undo. Control Z. You can, fortunately, there is a thing like undo. So you can undo, guys, if you made a mistake like I've just done. Asphalt 01, 02, 03. Another undo. There's the 4 asphalts back. Alright, so all 4 is back. So what I must do, the asphalt alpine 01, not asphalt. I've made a mistake. Control C, delete, and then beach sand wet 01 copy. That one there. Overwrite that one as asphalt alpine. There you go. That's much better. Copy, Control C, delete. Just stick to the alpines, guys. Beach sand wet copy 02 will be 02. Right. 03 copy, delete. Beach sand wet 03 copy. Paste that in there. Alright, so there you go. And alpine, Control C, delete. Beach sand wet 04 copy. Paste, overwrite that. So now we have 4 empty weights for asphalt alpine, which is good. No more little dots in it. And then beach sand wet 01. Let me have a look at these. Oh yeah, they were the empty ones. Sorry, that we just copied. Cobblestone. Make sure of this. Cobblestone, we're going to do the same thing. So beach sand wet once again. Just drag, Control, leave, and 4 copies immediately. So now we take cobblestone 01, copy, delete, beach sand wet 01 copy. There it is. Paste it in there. Right. Cobblestone 02, wait, copy, and then beach sand wet 02 copy. 02 copy. There it is. Overwrite. Cobblestone 02, Cobblestone 03, copy, delete, beach sand wet 03, wait, copy, paste there. Okay, Cobblestone 04, there it is, copy, delete, and then wet 04, wait, copy, paste in there. Alright, so cobblestone should now also be sorry, nice and empty. Let's make sure, yeah, better. Then we want to go through concrete rubble. So by the looks of it, guys, there was a little dot somewhere on my map. Excuse me for that, I had to just have a quick cough. It sometimes happens. Okay, so concrete tiles, alpine, that one. So I still got 3 by the looks of it, 3 sets to do. Oh wait, alright. So I can now actually take cobblestone because that's also empty. Unless there's a nice empty one here down here somewhere. Did 01. Oh, did 01 is still something we need to do. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then I'll continue recording because it's going to get pretty boring to do this all over, you know. So let me spare you guys the details. Okay, guys. Right, so my new map is now done. Weight file wise. All the blank weights are blank. So if you open all the weights that are blank or are not used, they are blank. And then all the weights that have data in them is brought over. So rough mud US 01 became on this side it became, what did it become? River mud, you see. So all our weights is transferred. So what happens now is I can now actually open my R3D and just have a quick browse, not save the map, just open it. So first of all, remember we've added all these textures, so we have to save the map R3D now. Just save it like that. And now we're going to go into our new map, open the i3D, but not save it. So very important, we open in 904 this time, because we are working with the FS22 map now. I think that is pretty self-explanatory. So the next thing to now check is the console. Just make sure once the map is open that our console doesn't have errors. And then we can also verify the ground textures now. We should now have ground textures. As you can immediately see, all the ground textures looks good. I want to just check the console for any errors. So we shouldn't have any errors here. But if we do, we can't save anyway. Was not found. Oh, the combined layer for beach sand. We forgot about that. So very good. Okay, and that's why our road looks so horrible. There's no combined layer. Okay, wonderful. That's the only problem we have by the looks of it. So close up without saving. So beach sand, we need to, did it now say beach sand? Did we not make a combined layer for beach sand? These are weights, these are sand. I'm sure we've made, so let's quickly run to foliage multi-layer. Multi-layer, there it is, fine. Go up into our combined layers. There's beach sand. What does it say? There's no layer for beach sand. There should be a layer for beach sand, because I just copied it over. And the name is beach sand. Beach sand 03. We have beach sand here. Oh, this is the actual 4 layers for the combined layer. The 4 single layers. So that's all set up. What does it mean there's no combined layer for beach sand? I don't have any other beach sand in here, so that should definitely be okay. Beach sand. Just want to make sure that I've got all 8 these textures in, because beach sand 01 to 04, 02, 03, 04. Remember we put them in, so it's 30, 32, 33, 35, 36, 38, and 39. Just want to go back to the beach sand. 30, 33, 36, 39, 29, 32, 35, 38. And our 4 weight files. So it's 29, 30, 32, 33, 35, 36, 38, 39. Just want to verify that. There should be a 29 here, and there isn't. So there is a problem here with our file naming. What is going on here? Beach sand. So it's going to have to go like, we're going to have to verify each. So beach sand 01, 02, 03, 04. Why is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I forgot to copy one, that's why. The 29 is missing. That is why. So let us just go back to beach sand. Beach sand. We've missed one, guys. That is exactly why. So beach sand, that's the 4 weights. And then that's the wet. And now we want beach sand 01 diffuse, the 29 one. We need that line. Why did you guys not tell me that I missed one, man? That is why we are not seeing our beach sand combined layer, because I can't find that one layer. Right, so just do that and then make that 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. And that's why you don't save your map, guys, because if you save there, it's going to take out, oh my gosh, it's going to take out your changes and fix up the i3D and remove all stuff that's not supposed to be there, and then it's a big mess. So never save your map if there's an error or a problem or anything. So now we have 29, 30, 32, 33. So there's now diffuse, normal, diffuse, normal, diffuse, normal, diffuse, normal. Now it should be fine. So let's just save and verify once again. Now we're on new map. Open it up again. 904. And now we can see. So if this is now error free, we can save. And then it will update all the weights and everything for the textures. So, oh, that looks much better. Alright, so let's just slowly check through every line here. Okay, that warning here, that's pretty normal, nothing to do with the map itself. But everything looks very kosher, no errors. And now you can go and have a look at your actual ground textures. You see? And you can actually, if you come in close, you see that this ground texture actually looks horrible because it's an FS19 texture. And I'm going to show you what to do with that horrible looking normal texture. We need to create a new normal for it because that converted normal is not looking good in FS22. The normal is just not looking good. Alright, so in order to do that, I can save the map now, so it's not going to cause any problems. But what I want to do, I wonder if I should, let me just, before I save it, I'm not going to save, I'm just going to close. And just before I do that, what I'm going to do is grab the whole map folder like this, Control C, and on my desktop, just drop a copy on that, or let me put it on my backups. So maps backups, I'm just going to drop it in here for now. So what I'm doing now is I'm just making a cold backup, a quick backup just of the map before I save it, so that if there is a problem I can always restore this and yeah, without any problem. So what I'm going to do, because this is now Sandveld, I'm just going to call this Sandveld FS22. It's really unimportant, the name now. It's not going to be named that. Obviously it will be FS22 underscore Sandveld, whatever. So this is just a backup, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now we can open the map once again, now that we have a backup. I like to have backups, guys. Oh my word. I make so many backups because I've learned, you know, you can easily lose hours and sometimes days and sometimes weeks of work if you don't have a proper backup system. I just want to show you my map that I currently are working on. FS22 is Ravenport. I'm busy converting that. Check out all the backups for Ravenport that I make. There's like 3 of them sitting there, and as I go along I make another one. So I've got 3 sets of backups that I can go back to if I need to, you know, and this is like maybe hours and hours and hours of work between them, you know. So yeah, I do have I like having backups and be prepared for the worst, you know. Alright, so now that we have seen this, just want to one last time make sure it's error free, just for the peace of mind's sake. I don't see any problems. Alright, good. Now we can save. And what it's going to do now, it's going to scramble and reorganize your whole i3D file layout. So back, you see now, once it's finished exporting, we can close. And when we get back to here, it's going to reload. You see, it's been modified. But check now what happens here to this stuff that we've named with numbers. It's going to re-scramble them. And there you go. So if you now go to the one that you've put in there, it will have a totally different file ID, you know. So if you can find it quickly, gravel dirt, what was it called? Sand. Something with sand. Beach sand. Just find it. There it is. Beach sand 01. It's now 369. You see. So it had like 32,000 or something, you know. So that's how it works, guys. Alright, so now that normal. Let me quickly show you how to fix that normal problem. So for that, we go into here, into our map. This is our FS22 map. By the way, we can rename it, but I'm not going to rename it for now. We'll rename it later. Go into that textures file, into terrain, and find the 4 normals of that. Was it now river mud? It was river mud. So the 4 normals of the river mud we can delete because they are useless. They are horrible. Alright, so delete them. what we're going to do now is open this up, and there's a nice little tool that you can get for paint.net. So you install that little tool. It's one that creates normals. So you go into effects, and I think it's stylize and normal plus. So you'll just click on that, bloop, like so, and it creates a normal for you. You can now come and fiddle with the settings here of the normal. I find just leave it as is. Don't fiddle with it, just leave it as is. And 1024, I just want to make sure, is it 1024? Can it be 1024? How can it be 1024? Let me just open another one. It is 1024. Okay, so these textures are 1024 by 1024. So that is the ground texture. Oh yes, on FS19 they were 512, I believe. 512 by 512. So if you work directly from the FS19 textures, here we go. FS19 data maps textures terrain, you'll see I think that they are 512 by 512. There it is. You see, so it's a totally different size and a totally different look. Alright, so what we're going to do now is you just save it. That's just the normal. To get rid of the gloss, what you do is you go adjustment, you go into brightness curves, drag the RGB, deselect red and green. You only want the blue channel. You click here, drag all the way to the center there, 50% roughly about, leave it there, and click OK, and that's it. And then you click on River Mud Diffuse. We want to overwrite file save as normal. It must be normal. So it must be normal, like so, DDS. And these, I believe, is saved as DXT1s, I think. Oof, I better make sure. Oh, I forgot, guys. You don't save it as DXTs. You go file save as. You go into a PNG. Alright, so you go RiverMud01 diffuse PNG, save. And then you make sure it's 32-bit. You want to save it as a 32-bit file. Alright, so you do that on all four of them. Alright, so now we take RiverMud01 diffuse 02. So that's diffuse. I forgot to make it a normal. It must be a normal, not diffuse. So this one. So what we're doing is we're using the diffuse to create a normal for that diffuse. Now the normal map is a bump map. In other words, it gives 3D look to your ground texture. Alright, that's what we're basically doing, is we're creating a bump map for it from the diffuse. Okay, so RiverMud02 diffuse, open that up with paint.net. Same drill on that. You go effects, stylize, create for us a normal. Click OK. Adjustments, hue, curves, RGB here, red, green, doop, like that. Doop, say OK. And then we go file, save as. Make sure that you call it normal this time. It saves you to go back and rename normal, and then we want it as a PNG. Alright, save. So it is O2 diffuse, that becomes O2 normal. Say OK, and then close up. So there it is, RiverMud02 normal. And now the same with number 3. It's good that I do it 4 times, then you can keep up, you know, with all the stuff. Stylize normal, OK, and then adjustments, curves, luminosity, RGB, red, green, grab it over to 50%, click OK, file, save as, take the diffuse, change it to normal, like so, make sure it's PNG, save 32-bit, OK, good, and then the last one as well, same draw. So now that we have 4 normals, we have to convert them still, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well as a bonus. Of course, that's what my channel is all about. It's just giving all these tips and nice things. Curves, luminosity, RGB, green, 50%. Okay. File, save as. We want that a normal. just like so, and PNG, save. Right. Okay, so now we've got 4 normals, but they're still not going to work. So what we want to do on this side, go into your Giants Developer Network website, download for yourself the texture thing. Where is it? Desktop map stuff. Here we go. It's the texture tool from Giants Developer Network. And then what you do, I'm going to do it one at a time because I don't have them in one directory. So all I do is, where is it? I believe it's this one here. Texture tool, info, quality, recursive, texture tool. So this one you drop on the exe, I believe, if I'm correct. So let's have a look if it works. O1 normal. Just drop it on the texture tool. Right. It can take a bit. Operation completed with warnings. Oh my word. Check the log file. What warnings? I didn't see any problems. I'm just going to leave it as is. So it creates for us a normal DDS. I wonder if there's a different version of the tool nowadays. What version do I have here? I can't remember. It's version 9.00. It's 2021. Can it be? Let's just have a quick browse, guys, on GDN. If do I have GDN here? I can just type here GDN. They should pop up. Giants Developer Network. There it is. So log in. Go to downloads. Right, and then under other tools, texture assemble. It's not. Can it be that one? No, I think modding. Test runner. I don't see the texture tool. Oh, it is version 9.00. So unfortunately, there is no updated texture tool. But I wonder why it said to me that it ran into errors. I haven't seen that before, that it runs into errors. But let's just stick to that, our guns. Let's go into number 2. We'll see now when we open it up. So this should be 1.3 meg. You see, they are normal at 1.3 meg, and that should be 1.3 meg. So there it is. So let's just convert them all. Texture tool, there it is. Image has 4 channels. Why does the image have 4 channels? Okay, so that is basically what our problem is. But let's just convert them and see what happens in the map when we open it. But the alpha is trivial. I've got no idea what that means, guys. It sounds very good and very, what do you call it, very interesting. But not really sure. Image has 4 channels, but the alpha is trivial. Alright, so there's our 4 normals being created. So let us just open the map once again and see what it looks like now, if there is any errors on those files. Sorry for that. Let's have a browse at that ground texture now. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Remember, it was like lifting up off the ground like little spikes. Okay, and is there any errors? So let's just have a browse here. I hope there's no errors, because oh my word, what has happened now? Window, console. I've now somehow minimized this little console. I think I've dropped it. For some reason, I've took it off the map and check in there. Warning. Okay, no, there's no problems with the textures, though there was a little warning. It's just a warning, but it looks good. I like it. Looks much better. No more of those things. And this one still got that same little story. So we'll also recreate for the sand. Recreate normals for the sand. Good. Right, so I'm not going to save this because we don't need to save. We've already saved. Good. I wonder if we should stop the video here for the second episode, because I feel we've covered quite a bit of ground on this episode. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video, and do remember to like and subscribe, and do share my work. I do really appreciate if you guys share my stuff with other guys that make maps. The community is nice on the Discord channel. If you want questions and answers, there are a lot of guys on there that are flaming hot in answering questions and helping out. I've got a very nice map making community there on the Discord. If you want to get involved there, help other guys out, that's what my channel is about. It's about map making and sort of getting you guys all the info you need, all the stories and stuff that's weird and wonderful in the game, and sort it out, have answers for most of the stuff. Great, man. Thank you so much for my supporters on Patreon and you and PayPal. I do really appreciate you guys. If you're not involved there yet, do jump on my Patreon and just give the smallest support there. I'm much appreciative of any little thing. So thanks so much, guys. Have an awesome day. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.